Hey there, Steve Gamache with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we have this time is just a classic from a line of knives that's been around a while on the site, and for good reason. They're just great knives, nice looking, great performing, nice fit and finish, good value. So this is the Anryu Aogami R Blue number 2 hammered Ko-Bunka, which is small Bunka 135 millimeter knife. And so this has 3 layers on the construction, and the hard center core steel is Aogami or Blue paper number 2, reactive high carbon steel. Heat treats typically in the 62 Rockwell range for that. And the construction has on either side of that hard core steel, you've got a soft stainless cladding for a little bit easier maintenance. So the cladding looks like it covers the top of the spine as well. So again, the core steel, and that's what's peeking out here at the change in look right here, is the cladding giving way to the core steel that is reactive. The weight and dimensions on these can vary a little bit from knife to knife, but this particular one is 73 grams or 6.2 ounces. The edge length is right about 130 millimeters or just over 5 inches, and the overall length is about 10 inches on the entire knife, handle to tip. The spine thickness again can vary. These have a little bit of thickness coming out of the handle, and then they thin out pretty quickly. So this one I measured about 2.7 millimeters above the back of the heel right here, and then it thinned down to about, I don't know, about 1.6. It's a little harder with the hammering on there to make measurements, but pretty much holds that, maybe loses just a touch, and then you can see the corner there with the reverse sword tip on these, and then it thins out with the grind, and the tip gets pretty thin on these. Here is the back of the knife, the choil shot. So pretty nice. These are nicely contoured and ground. Again, quality is good. Fit and finish is very good. Blade height, this is about 34.2. They can vary a little bit, but this squarely places this in the kind of small version of bigger knife territory. And so this has plenty of height for bench work, or I should say cutting board work. You got a little bit of height there for your fingers if you want to use it like that. The handles are nicely done. It's a pretty classic handle. It's oval, ambidextrous, and it is rosewood with a black packawood ferrule. Nice fit and finish all the way around. Good tight glue-up joint there where the tang goes into the handle. And the handle is appropriately small based on the knife dimensions. So it's about 64 millimeters in circumference where the two materials meet, which is where I measure, and that's about 2.5 inches. Balance point, obviously the blade's not very heavy, so the balance point's kind of right about in there for this. And you've got a great spot, fairly thin neck, and you got a really nice spot here for your finger to go in there. So it'll work real nice on a pinch grip, putting your finger out there. You know, you can do a lot of different type of techniques for managing this, trying to keep the shine down, because it's got a fair amount of polish on it. So let's get our beauty shot. I'll do the left side since that's got the kanji on it. And let's see what we can do here. That looks pretty good. So taking a look more closely, you've got laser etched kanji on the left side of the blade, as you can see, and that's kind of the new style in a lot of knives, not to do hand chiseled or engraved kanji, but this is laser engraved. It does look very nice. It doesn't have that texture though that you get with the hand engraving. You've got kind of a random hammered pattern on these and a fair amount of polish to them. It's they've done a bit in fit and finish work on here. Nice smooth finish on the blade grind down to the edge. There's your cladding, and then the edge bevel itself shining there. This is the right side of the blade as you'd be using it. Cool thing about these are random hammer marks. Every knife's going to be a little different. No two are exactly the same. Just a nice job on fit and finish. You've got a nice finish to the spine. Edges are relieved a bit. Really nice finish on the choil curve back into the handle, and that's relieved as well. So very comfortable. Out of the box, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 on my out-of-the-box edge scale. It's got a good, decent edge out of the box. Pretty sharp. So the blade's fairly stiff, being, kind of small and tall. It's got really good grinds, thin at the tip, pretty thin at the edge. It's just a really nice package. So let's look at it on the cutting board. This is definitely one you can use on the cutting board. It's a cool little knife. the steel is great too to sharpen, so it's easy to sharpen and keep nice and razor sharp. It'll pretty much get as sharp as you can get it. So this comes into a bit of a stop at the back part, so you can definitely do some chopping in the back there. And then, you know, fairly low tip, but that's the style. And so getting about right there. So you could rock over low stuff, push pull, definitely some chopping in the back. So it's pretty much has a kind of a little bit of everything in the profile, which is quite cool considering how small this thing is. So you know, it's not a 180 millimeter knife, so I've done a great job with that. So cool package. If you like the look of this, you know, they make a lot of other sizes and styles of knives in this line, and it's a great line of knives. It's been around the Chef Knives to Go website for quite a while, and it just keeps on, because it's great. It's a good product, and it's you really can't go wrong with these. So this is the Anryu Awagami #2 hammered Ko-Bunka 135 millimeter knife.